Hey, what's up, North County? I'm your host, Randy Doty, and today we are talking the Atascadero 27th Annual Wine Fest with Dawn and Gail. Welcome.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. You guys got your purple shirts on to represent the wines and the vines.
You got it.
Awesome.
Even though they're not really purple.
I know, right?
They're kind of wine colored-ish.
Right.
Yeah.
When you squish them, they kind of turn kind of burgundy-ish purple. I guess after they dry, maybe that's where the purple comes from.
Could be.
After they dry.
Your red wine on teeth is kind of purple,
Right.
So a little bit of everything.
It's fun. It's so funny with wine. You can always tell if somebody drinks wine or not.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh, you're a red wine person. Or,
Nope, I'm a white one.
yeah.
Purple teeth right here, red wine.
Do you know they have wine toothbrushes that you could buy?
Really?
Yeah, they're just like it's like a little like disposable wine a toothbrush. I guess you could use it for anything, but it's for wine for the
Getting
like
the
red wine, because everybody's like,
So
hey.
after they go tasting, they can.
That sounds like we need to have them at a booth next year.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
28th Festival. Yeah, definitely could sell some of those.
Yeah.
Fun.
Awesome. Well, Dawn, you are a newbie here.
I am. It's my first time. Thank you for having me.
Well, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. I am so privileged to hang out with Gail almost all year round, it feels like now, for the wine festival. But my husband and I actually moved here from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, where a little battle occurred in 1863.
Wow.
We're almost 3 years old here.
Okay.
Live in Atascadero, absolutely love it. We had lived in Southern California for a while when we first met, and he was a professional beach volleyball player. I was making movies, kind of random careers, and then his career took us out of state. And we actually never knew this existed, or I think we never would have left California. This is such a paradise. I absolutely love the Central Coast. The people are great, and the wine's amazing. And so you combine wine and people, and that's your 27th Wine Festival right there.
Now, what do you mean you were making movies? You were like filming them, or you were an actress?
I started out with some really big hair in the 90s and some movies, but that's really
Give me an example.
So I had my own Toyota commercial, and I did some like more commercials, and I'm trying to think. So really bad movies of the week, but I was never a key player. I was a high school teacher, and so to earn extra income during summers and other breaks, I would just like do random film stuff. And so what ended up happening, because the Carolinas are right to work states, a lot of filming is done there. And I just fell in love with behind the scenes. So basically, there's usually 80 people in the room when the cameras are rolling, with sound and hair and makeup and all the things. And I just was fascinated by this super efficient team A and B, running in and out, and was totally nervous, like I am now, kind of on camera. But I just was so intrigued with that. And so I did props for a while, and I was assistant director. And then most of my career, though, was in the production side. So I was a production office coordinator, which means so when this is really long. Okay, so when a studio gets a green light, there's a production office that's formed. So that's what I would do. And then I would be the communication link between the 33 different departments, like hair, makeup, special effects, transpo, whatever. And did all the things no one ever thinks about when they're watching a movie, like the legal document of a film, a production report, and then leasing the equipment and telesitting the film at the time, because it was the 90s. But I actually worked on Austin Powers' The Spy Who Shagged Me, and recently watched that again for the second time on the plane. Mike Myers is amazing, but just some 90s films that you probably saw, but really random, but it was really great. It was a really great experience for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now you're with,
random.
but you also are part of Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah. Okay, so there's that. That's my full-time gig right now. Very passionate about helping people find housing, which of course in this county is really tough. So we're able to build, and we're building 9 houses right now in Paso, and they're adorable. So you have to come by. We're on Vine between 28th and 29th. So north of North, kind of. And we have 9 beautiful families, and for many of them, it's the first time first in the family to actually own a home. And of course, they're putting in sweat equity and working
very cool.
250 hours each, at least per adult, to make this happen. And we're looking for volunteers. So, but we'll have my colleagues back on later to talk more about Habitat. But I'm so privileged. And the one thing I will say, just in case any of your listeners are in this situation, so sometimes when you own a home, but you're on a limited income, like Social Security, for example, and then something goes wrong, like the porch railing needs repaired or the landscaping's out of control and is now a tripping hazard, Habitat will come in and do that basically at no cost for that owner. That's why I write grants, and that's why we have donors helping and sponsors, and we just need to keep our seniors safe. So that's a huge heart pull for me every day. And it's called the Home Preservation Program, and I think that might be why we don't have as much traction, because that doesn't really, aging in place doesn't sound like home preservation, but that's our international program. So if you know anyone, call me.
And then we have with WineFest, which is another. I mean, that's another production.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
super fun.
So, and that's why we're here today. We're here
Yes.
to hear about WineFest. That we're in the finish line. You can see the finish line at the end, right?
There
you
it
have
is,
all
right
your
at the end of
vendors.
the rainbow.
So, Gail, tell us, has there anything changed from last week? Like any new vendors or any new
Well, we've got
tastings?
a total of 69 wineries, breweries, cideries, distilleries that are coming in. That's a big amount of tastings.
That is a lot.
And then we've got about 25 craft vendors and artists coming in as well, plus 6 different food items that will be sold out there.
Wow.
So, I mean,
Something
we
for
have
everyone.
something for everyone.
And it's fixing to be a pretty good, warm, comfortable evening.
Right.
Because it's 4 to 8 p.m. at the Atascadero Lakeside Park,
Right.
which is Lakeside WineFest,
Yeah.
and in the zoo, and in the Charles Paddock Zoo,
Right.
which they'll have tastings in there.
And we've added on the zoo garden. If, for the old timers, know where the volleyball court used to be, they've enclosed. Oh yeah.
Ah, interesting.
They've enclosed it now. I mean, it's open with gates, but we'll have a lot of wineries in there as well, and a brewery in there. So don't
Very cool.
hesitate. Just because there's a fence around it doesn't mean you can't go in.
And our colleague Julie Matthews at the Chamber kind of pegged this the roar and pour. So the fun zoo experience is the roar and pour.
Right.
So, I mean, how fun is that? And you can see the animals. Like last year they brought some kind of snake around, and I'm not even sure.
and an owl, and an owl.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
the owl is so precious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the owl. The guy's like, "Do not touch him," because I was like, "Oh, how cute!" He's like, "Don't touch him."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "That's why he's on this side of me."
And you're
He's
on
like,
that side.
"Yeah, don't touch him." I'm like,
Oh,
"Okay."
okay, that's good to
And
know.
then, of course, we've got our sidecars coming out that'll take you for a ride around the lake.
Yeah, third wheel sidecar
Right.
tours. That's a really neat story. They're a beautiful Filipino family that founded it, and their goal was to just have a bit of the Filipino culture and hospitality in this part of the world that they now live in. And it's just super fun and sweet. They go fast. Hang on, not that fast, but
Right.
they
Yeah.
do. It was faster than I expected
Oh.
when I went around, but
Well,
it
and
was
it
super
feels
fun.
different when you're in the side of a
Like-
Right.
bike
like
than on
really
the bike, too.
And outside,
Yeah.
you're not in an enclosed vehicle.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but what a cool concept.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me about some other stuff that's going to be happening there. So we got sidecars, we got vendor fairs, we've got food, obviously our tastings. Anything else fun?
T-Mobile's bringing out a unit that's going to have some games and different things that they're going to be doing. We've got Trailer Hitch RV bringing out some RVs. You can go in and sit down if it's hot. They're going to have the AC going if you want to cool off.
Yeah.
We've got hopefully What's Up North County coming out to
Right? Broadcast and do
Oh,
some,
that would be great. I hope you
yeah,
can.
do some interviews with hopefully some
Right.
winemakers, and maybe
be-
do our own little tastings,
So
right?
just as you come in,
That'll be perfect.
the entrance down by the zoo, you guys are going to be right there, so you can catch them.
Yeah, well, we gotta have satellite because we have to bring our.
Well, there's no treat. I didn't put you under any trees.
Okay, awesome.
She's
See
so
ya.
good.
Yeah, we're
She's got
looking
your
forward
back.
to it.
She's
We're
taking
looking
care of
forward
you.
to it because, like I
So-
said, it's a great way. All the people are there to pour. I mean, they want to talk about their wines.
Right.
And that way it gives us a little bit of an education of their wines, who they are, and gives them a little bit of awareness. Through our platforms, of these different wineries that that are around here. And you said there's some that are coming up from like Santa Barbara area,
Santa
right?
Barbara, yeah, the Santa Barbara Wine Club is
Wine
bringing
Alliance, yeah,
different
Wine
wines from Santa Barbara. San Luis Wine Club is also bringing wines from San Luis. So we've got them coming from all over.
It's really interesting with wine because like somebody like I'm not that person that is really knowledgeable about the wines. Like I wouldn't be able to pinpoint a difference between an expensive to non-expensive or traditional, right? But the different wines and the grapes taste differently in different parts of California where they're grown.
Right.
Which is very interesting.
Yeah.
And one thing I did learn the end of last year, we stopped off at one of the tasting rooms over there on Pine Street, and there's a wine grape that's like grapes that will freeze. They sell these wines, and I can't remember the name, but like a frozen. They're very, very sweet.
Wow.
Okay.
So like when they
Like a
say
Moscato
yes,
or something.
yeah, it's like where if a wine, like the vines, they freeze over or whatever. Well, now these things are, I mean, on a normal base, they're toast, right? Because of but they use these frozen grapes or ones that have frozen for this different type of wine, and I can't remember the name of it. But I bought a bottle, and it's very sweet, very almost like a dessert wine.
Okay.
So
that's one thing that's really you brought this to my attention. So as an only almost 3-year-old here in the county, moving from Pennsylvania, which we are not known for our wine in Pennsylvania, hard cider is better because we grow a lot of apples there, but for a person that's new and they want to it's overwhelming. Like you have, how many hundreds do we have now in this county?
Close to 300.
Like 300 like
over
tasting
300,
rooms,
yeah.
and then we have like 500 or 600 in, like if you count like South Monterey, North Santa Barbara. So there are two things that happened when we first got here, and I'm so grateful. First of all, someone said go to Cass Winery. Their food's good too, and they're just such a cool place to go and hang out, and it's a really neat, laid back. It was a great preview of what the Central Coast is. But when you're like me, I moved here and I said, I like red and white. I like both colors. Like completely ignorant about wine. The wine festival gives you quickly a really great cost point, a chance to try so many different wines. You're like, I really prefer a fruit forward wine. Turns out I know that now, and so then I can go ahead and pick. And we also had, as part of the ticket sales, you can buy a Central Coast wine passport. And so that is and I don't remember the cost. $65, thank you, Gail. At $65, you can try, it's like 54 different, participants. So at a super low cost, hit the county, learn more about what your palate,
It's a free
wants.
tasting to the winery for the wine, for
Yep.
the passport holder.
That's
is what
awesome.
It is.
Yep, so a free tasting, and sometimes it's a free pint, at a brewery. We have a distillery, I think, still, and then
Right.
some other restaurants will waive their cork fee. So again, for a rookie like me, we're like, where do you even start?
Yeah.
Right? Like you start at like wherever it is, and for us, it was Cass, and you're like, okay, I get this. This is an amazing county with so many talented people in this industry that I knew nothing about. I do know I like fruit forward wines, but I'm still learning, of course. I mean, it's a craft. These people are amazing. And, right in Atascadero Maya Winery, John's an architect. Danielle is a CPA, and she's designing the labels. And I'm just like a 2-person team making this all happen. So we've got really quite the range in this county too, which is exciting. So
well, it's just interesting with the wineries. I mean, there's like you said, there's 3. At one time, I think 5 years ago, they were like pushing like 350. So I'm imagining that there's more. I mean, probably 400, and just in the North County alone, between wineries and tastings and all these different places, and there's so many.
There's so many,
and there's so many different types of wines, so many different types of varietals, so many different types of whites and reds and blends and all this stuff that literally I'm sounding like I know anything. I really don't, because there's so much.
there's so much.
Is there any type of like a wine education booth at the Wine Fest?
No, it's left up to the wineries.
Okay.
Because actually the people come and talk. A lot of times the winemakers come or the owners come, and they actually talk about the wines. And that's what is unique about our festival. People
And
actually
they'll give
take the
free
time.
tastings too, right? They'll give out free tastings, like cards, to come
Right.
back and.
Go visit.
To
or-
come to the winery or whatever.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these different wineries, they're also incorporating some sort of like music nights.
Right.
Which is a draw. And they usually have a small, food type option for the guest as well.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
Yeah.
but that's awesome. So, like I said,
is.
I had a lot of fun last year. I went last year. Again, we were
Thank you.
gracious enough to get tickets and help to bring the awareness. But I've never been to Wine Fest before, and so I had a blast.
It's a good one to come to.
I had a blast.
That's true, it is. And I think one of my favorite parts is the Atascadero Wine Festival. You will see friends from North County there. There'll be some rookies, brand new on the scene, but then you'll have people that have been friends for decades. And
Oh, yeah.
it's
Well,
a true.
it's a local
really
wine
is.
Sure.
festival. Unlike Passo's is more of a tourist. Ours is a locals festival.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Which is nice because then that's why the wineries love to come, because it gets the people out there because it's locals. It's not just coming in, tasting, and leaving. So,
Yep. Super
So,
fun.
do you have any? I know the list is long, but any winery names that you can kind of throw out, local ones that are going to be there?
yeah, Cass. We'll start with Cass. Epic, Ecluse. I mean, we're talking 70, not off the top, but we have a lot of them.
They're all listed on, so you can get through it through atascaderochamber.org or atascaderowinefest.org. You can see the list and the vendors and participating artists.
And the sponsors, and
Yep.
And how do you know which one, like the owner winemaker, is there versus just somebody there is pouring? Is there anything that represents, like, come talk to
no,
the
but usually
winemaker?
it's people.
Most of them have a tiara.
Yeah.
Like there's a tiara on, I'm kidding.
You're putting oh yeah.
But most of the
People watching, they just went, what?
If it's not the
Sorry.
owners or the winemakers, it's people that work for the winery that come and pour mostly.
They're
Yeah.
educated. Yep.
They're educated. I mean, they're out of the tasting room, so they know the wines, and they'll sit
Yep.
there.
I really like the story of I'd love to get Barbie Boots on,
Oh, yes.
but the story of how WineFest was thought of or even started, 27 years ago,
Wow.
28 years ago, I should say, before it
Yeah.
actually kicked off.
Well, it was just a group of about 10 people sitting around drinking wine, and they were trying to figure out what to do because Paso was kind of taking off a little bit, and so somebody said, well, what about a wine fest? I think they had 10 wineries.
And it was all day. It was like practically like 11 to like 8 or something.
It was 12 to
incredibly-
4
12
in the heat of the day in June. And finally, after about 10 years, somebody said, this is crazy. Why don't we
Right.
make it an evening event? So
And it's-
we
and it's-
had one
love
really
that
hot
idea.
year, and it got to the point where they were putting red wine on ice just because it was so hot. And that's when we all sat down on the committee. And I mean, I've been on the committee for over 20 years.
Wow. So
And-
are you one of the
Not one of the originals, no.
But Barbie still sits on it, right?
Barbie still
does,
sits
she
on
does,
it. Barbie
yes.
will still be out there at our information booth on Saturday. God
I love her
bless
food
her.
reviews.
I
Oh,
know.
and her
And her
recipes.
recipes,
I
right?
got
Yeah.
a really good turkey kind of casserole dish from her Thanksgiving post. It was really delightful. She's
Yeah.
amazing, and
She's amazing and still
and
going strong.
Great sense of humor and just beautiful, absolutely beautiful inside and out. Sure, we're happy to have her there. And actually, I brought with me something that she wrote. I'm gonna guess it was like 2018 when she was looking back, and so we'll have to. You need to hear from her, like you said, though. Like
Yeah.
she would be a delight to interview, and I know a lot of us would definitely tune in to hear her and her perspective.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you can't, script that. I mean,
No.
that's all history that, that none of us will ever come in
Yeah.
contact with,
Right.
or
Right.
even, probably even remember.
It's so
You know.
important that we actually incorporate that part in our volunteer training. So since I'm the volunteer coordinator, I'd like to shout out to my 113 volunteers.
For
at
WineFest?
least, for
Yes.
WineFest.
Wow, that's
So
great.
we have a record number for us in recent history. And there's like one or two openings if for some reason someone, is looking, have them give me a call. Everything's on the website. But we had Barbie share some of the history at our volunteer orientations that we had last Wednesday. Because it's important for that perspective, and just it's I don't know, guys. You have to come out. You just have to come out. Are you gonna do you get to give away any tickets? Am I like, I don't know if this is legal.
No, we gave away a pair on Monday.
Okay, okay,
And so right now
good.
we have a pair that we're going to be giving away on Friday.
Okay,
Right.
so definitely try. Like, I hope people can try and they can win in this experience this, because the price point, we came down a little bit. Got some feedback last year that it was getting just a little bit too pricey, like the world. So we recognized that, came down in price a little bit. The way to go is do the early bird special. It was like
It was
Like
six.
four-
No,
it was like super cheap.
It was like
well,
50
like
bucks. I think
45,
it was
like
like-
half off basically, like 45.
Almost.
no, it was
bucks off,
65 to start with. Now it's at 75, and at the door it's going to be 90.
Okay.
And I
So
thought
if
they-
you get them
yeah.
before Friday night,
That's
Oh yeah, that's better for sure.
and where
Yeah.
are you going to go taste almost 70?
Right.
right.
Not that we want you to try
All
Every one of them. I
Yeah.
tried last year. I tried
you
last
remember
year.
each
I got
winery-
stuck on humdinger.
Yeah,
Oh, I love
yeah, but you have to remember each winery is bringing 3 or 4 different types of wine
Right.
to taste.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of wine out there. Just be responsible. We do have designated drivers.
Yes, and that ticket is
$30?
$30. And that's for, this year we kind of lowered like 16-year-olds and up, so those who can drive, that have like the teens at home, and
That way you can come and enjoy the
$30.
festival, enjoy
They
the
can go
music by
shopping.
Joy Bonner is going to be out there playing up the bandstand. So
Well, it was, it's interesting with the wines, because I kind of feel bad, especially last year, because I've never been to wine taste. My wife doesn't like wine, so we never go to any of these wineries unless it's like a big group, right? Or there's an event there type deal. And so I'm intrigued by the presence of some of these, wineries. There's so, like, take Algreta and Paso. I mean, you walk back into history, into that wine, when you walk into the main building, you got that courtyard that's amazing. Over in the building, you got that tree that's kind of cut, and has all the different year marks, with the watermarks, and it's like what significant thing happened in history in this year. I mean, it goes back hundreds of years with this big, huge piece of oak, and it's just interesting with all these different wineries that we live amongst, that people travel from all over the world to come to.
we've
This
got
is right in our backyard.
Eberly coming in,
Yeah,
he's
talk
very.
about the wine cave. That was my first wine cave, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But the caves under Eberly that are, it's still a free tour.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's just amazing. And
Yeah.
Gail, and you've been with 20 years plus. I mean, you've probably experienced all these different wineries that you could probably put together a list. Say, hey, you got to go check out this one. You got to go check out this one.
Oh yeah.
Like, what is your most favorite place to go to? What's your favorite winery?
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
We
Your
need to do-
top
I
10.
think we need to do a Gale tour. That would be
Right?
fun. I'd pay for that. That would be fun.
No, we'll get our passports.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's so many different cool
There's
places.
so many places to go. I mean, you've got Halter Ranch, you've got
Halter Ranch, that's the one with the train, right?
right.
Okay.
You've got Tolo that is out there. It's a small family-owned winery. Husband
Michelle and
wife.
Josh?
Yes.
Yep.
Known them for years. In fact, Michelle's mom and I go back to high school days in Burbank.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, wow.
They've got the old 100-year-old farmhouse out
Wow.
there. There's just so many, and the wines are all great. You got To Boast, you got, just kick back places that you can go relax and have a good time, and Cava, and
Yeah.
Like from the coast, to
yeah.
inland. So
I mean, we've
both
got
sides.
wineries coming from the coast coming over. We've got Cambria coming in. Winery.
And Cambria, they're kind of growing as far as like their wine scene too.
Right.
Because you have the two
Black
the
Hand-
two
Black Hand.
So that's Terry's place. You have
Right.
the one up on the hill in Harmony.
Harmony. Yeah.
Right.
You got the
Harmony's
one that's
coming.
kind of, you have to kind of travel to get there. You have to know that it's there. It's back there past the school. The winery back there. I can't remember that
Oh,
one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The Cambria school right there.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's back there. It's a pretty cool place that we stumbled onto. We were trying to find.
Yeah.
I think we were trying to find the back roads to get back to Templeton, and we just come across this winery. We're like, hey, cool. We stopped there and had a good time.
And of course, you got Sculptera with their beautiful sculptures out there in the gardens.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, no matter where you go, I don't think there's a bad winery to go to.
What is so the wineries that you're going to have there? How do they get dispersed into, like, is it like first come first serve? Is it like how are they going to put it into the zoo?
question.
Because
Okay.
the zoo is really a cool like setting to go and enjoy wines with all the animals.
Well, when they registered, we asked them, where would you like to be?
Oh, okay.
So, and a lot of them said the zoo, a lot of them said the lower part. This year we're doing something different. We're trying to condense it a little more, make it a little more friendlier,
Cozy.
cozy. We're not actually having wineries up on the top overlooking the lake. We just want to see how it goes this year.
Far up by the
Far up
gazebo,
there,
by the
right.
stage and stuff
Right.
like that. Okay.
But like I said, Joy Bonner will be up there playing. The travel trailers will be up there. So we've got them in the zoo, and now we've expanded to the zoo gardens. So what we
Yeah,
try
so
and do is take the wineries that are like the major hub wineries, and then put the smaller boutique wineries around them, so that, because a
Get
lot
the
of times.
exposure.
Yeah,
for
get the
bigger ones.
exposure,
Yep.
get people to
Yep.
the main ones like
That's smart.
Everly's, and then we put the smaller ones around like, oh, I don't know who you are, let's go try them. So that's how we try and
Oh,
make
that's-
it work. And then we mix in the craft vendors and the artists in between.
So it kind of forces everybody to be around everybody and not be like segregated over to here to the new guys, segregated over here to the vendors. You might not go to the vendors, but yet you might still buy something as you're standing there going, hey, that's pretty cool. And
Right.
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And there are maps available. So if you're like, I really want to go to Peachy Canyon,
Yeah, Peachy
Peachy
Canyon.
Canyon and Cass, and Maya, you can see where they are. So
There'll be a big map.
And some people, frankly, like just head to the zoo and then they just meander in the zoo and they see friends and they're like, it's a 4-hour festival. They're in the zoo 3.5 hours of the 4 hours.
I did that last year.
Yes.
I walked in, we got right by the tigers, and I saw one of my teachers from high school.
Oh, fun.
And sat there and chatted for Mr. Tanamoto.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
chatted forever.
Jerry volunteers every year.
Yes, he is. He's one of our gatekeepers, which is
Yeah.
a hard job. He gets to tell people like, "Hey, you can't take that alcohol out," or "You can't bring that cooler in." I'm just kidding. He's really friendly.
He
Obviously,
probably keeps everybody there at the gate
Oh,
because
yeah.
he's talking.
he's so great. We're so fortunate to have
And
him
he's
come
been
back
on the
every year.
committee about as long as I have.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's fun.
He's been volunteering.
What did you say? 140?
113 volunteers right now.
That's pretty good. I mean, that's a big undertaking.
Actually, and thank you for having us last week because we have sold tickets. Do you have an idea of how many tickets we're at
We
now?
were up almost to 900, I believe.
Yeah. So good
Wow.
job.
Is that a lot?
Thank you.
Yeah, we're pushing for 1,200.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because there's also like each winery is comped as well, and my 113 volunteers have a chance to have a free experience too. And so
Wow,
added
that's
in, we're
awesome.
at 1,000.
Yeah.
That's really
So,
good.
I know.
So you got 3 more days,
Yes.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Obviously, you can buy tickets the
Saturday,
day of,
right.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we kind of live in that area to where your plans change and or you can't really commit until like the day of. Sorry,
Yeah,
but you pay
yeah.
more, but it is what it is.
Right.
So, but you still, for almost 70
it's not
different
much.
tastings.
Yeah.
Where
I
are you
mean,
going to go?
So you figure 70 tastings, right? If you divide that by, say, let's just use easy math of $10 a tasting, right? That's $700.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly. Yeah.
So that's a $700 value for $70.
Yeah, and throw in a great selfie experience by our Wine Beautiful Letters by Lolo's Letters, the sidecar tour, shopping, some
my
of
math
the
was
friends,
wrong.
live
Photo booth.
concert.
Yeah. I
Live
don't want to have that on camera. My math was wrong.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, you get what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's, that's a good value.
Yeah, it's a great
And the
value.
set-
And we
Settings
got
at
a
the
photo
park.
booth coming in.
Oh, we do again?
Yes, we
Oh,
got the
that's
photo
super
booth.
fun.
It'll
You
be
got-
right there at the entrance to the zoo.
Is that the 180? Like,
Yeah, the 180.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
super fun.
Toyota's
Yeah.
bringing out some cars. We just got, just different
Well,
things to
and
check
then even
things
like
out.
the souvenir wine glass, which for the first time in my life, I think I have 200 wine glasses now because of there are a lot of wine glasses that end up getting, people don't take them with you. And, so we're like, okay, well, let's, are we ever going to use these? Like the great part about how green we are at the chamber is you can get those wine glasses at the sip and shop when you buy, one of those quarterly times in Atascadero. We can walk and get tastings of the businesses, which is a cool, super cool thing. So I haven't seen this year's glasses,
I haven't seen
but
them
I'm sure
yet
they're going to
either.
be gorgeous as always and very helpful and handy. We don't have the VIP Madonna goblets back this year, but you can always go buy one of those at the Madonna in store. But they'll be cute.
So is hanging a glass bottle from your neck really a great idea?
No,
Okay.
no, that's gone
That
away.
went away.
It works.
I
for-
was terrified last year.
Well,
It
the
works
problem,
for beer festivals a little bit better
Yeah.
because of the pint fits in at the swing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
but it's too hard with those.
Yeah.
You need
And
one
they
of
were
those
a
baby
pain
things
to get
that,
on the
Yeah,
glass.
thank you to the volunteers last year who sat with me to assemble those.
oh my
You had to
God.
wait
Took a
till they
while.
warmed up and stretched a little bit. It was a challenge, but we made it work.
But it was hands free. It was fun for a while. It was a nice gimmick, but they're not back.
Until
Yeah.
you're on your 15th or 20th tasting, then,
yeah,
then it's all over you.
yeah. Then you don't care, right?
So Gail, you put on WineFest. I mean, this is your
This is
operation, right?
right. Yes.
And so you've been doing this function not only here, but you also do in other places. So you kind of get to see the elements of what works in different places and stuff like that, and bring it to Atascadero.
well, actually, I take mine from Atascadero and take it to
Oh.
the places.
Okay.
Because I've been on this committee so long, And when I was with Templeton Chamber, we used to do the Templeton Wine Fest, and I helped start that one. And then just a couple weeks ago, I did one up in the Southern Sequoias.
Wow.
And
I
we don't have a lot of wineries over there. We have 2. So Paso Wines and Atascadero Wineries, some came up and poured, and some donated for us to pour up there. And we had a great turnout. So.
And I'm assuming that probably people can join wine clubs this weekend too,
Right.
at the booths as well.
They can join wine clubs and they can order wine, but we cannot sell it at the festival.
So they can't
It has
walk
to be
away with the
picked up
bottle.
at the winery.
Gotcha.
But they can take orders for it.
Wow. So
Yeah.
this is a great platform for the locals to, have everybody experience the different wines, get a chance for them to talk to the consumers and kind of basically have fun without, having the big pressure of buildings and people there. They're all in one place.
Right.
Yeah, yep.
And what I hear from the wineries is that this is their favorite wine festival because it's kick back, it's relaxed, you're in the beautiful park, with all the trees.
Yeah, nice shade.
Nice
Yep,
shade.
yep.
In the evening, our evenings are so beautiful.
And that's probably probably one of the draws is the Atascadero Lake Park. Even though it's going to be, probably high 80s by 4 o'clock, mid 90s, you're still kind of under these trees.
Right.
You have a massive amounts of grass, which actually cools the area. So you actually go underneath maybe a natural AC'd
Yep.
area because,
Right.
a good portion of everything is under
We put
under
everything
trees.
under the trees, in the grass, except for the zoo. And even that's shaded.
Even that's a heavily vegetated throughout,
Yep.
And the
so-
zoo garden is covered, so.
And then Trailer Hitch RV, of course, has their air conditioning RVs. So if you are too warm, go on, cool off for a bit, and then
Yeah.
come back. Yeah.
Very awesome.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Yeah, so is there anything else we want to share and we want to push?
No, I think
Any big
just
sponsors
fine.
we want to thank?
but the volunteers will all
Yeah.
be wearing hats.
So look for the hats.
They're
Look for
lovely.
the hats.
And someone we know made them, and
Yeah.
aren't they fun?
Yeah.
Like I said.
Awesome.
Oh, I don't wear hats. No. I'll wear the t-shirt.
There you
Yeah,
go. So,
so-
purple shirts or
so when you're
Purple
there-
shirts are for the staff, so if you have a major question, come find us. If you're a volunteer and just can answer a question.
Yep. All the volunteers are in hats this year, and they're amazing. I'm so grateful. We could not do the festival without volunteers. And if, next year early on, we start putting the word out in, January, February for volunteers. That's a really great experience. And again, you have a chance to either before or after your shift, enjoy the festival too. So we would love to get you ready for next year. I should probably get a wish list already.
Right.
Yeah, whether it's, helping me in the volunteer station, guest check-in, gatekeeper like Jerry, there's something for everybody as far as the
Set up,
volunteer.
tear down.
Yep.
But in an event like that,
Yeah.
because it is so fun, it almost what's your shifts? 2 hours or something like that? Couple
Sometimes
hours?
I'm naughty. Sometimes they're like 5, but most of them are decent, like 2.5. Yeah.
But it's like, it's like you're just kind of getting your element in your groove,
Yeah. Yeah. I
Jerry, he could probably be there all day because
Yeah.
he enjoys the people and
Right.
walking through. You get to
Yeah.
be
Talk
the
to
first one to
everybody,
introduce.
and
Yeah.
he sees people he hasn't seen for a while, and
Right.
Yeah. And I have to give a huge shout out to both of our husbands. My husband Aaron is a logistics lead, and Marty helps too. And
has for 20 some odd years.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you have
So-
113 volunteers, but then you account for their spouse, so you really have 226
Yeah.
Plus
volunteers.
the staff at the chamber.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
we
that's
have
awesome.
a lot of volunteers and our committee members that
Yeah.
we don't even count,
Yeah.
Wow.
that are out
There-
there.
I'm so thankful that I had a chance to get involved with this right away as a new resident in this county, which is a great way to meet new people, friends for life, and learn more about all this beautiful wine that is available in our county. So so come on and play. Come on and
Awesome.
play.
So once again, how does somebody get tickets? Where do they go to get tickets for
You can
Wine
go
Fest?
to the Atascadero WineFestival.com website and purchase your tickets right on there. It's all done electronically now. You can also purchase them the day of.
Yeah, walk at the gate.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cash and credit card accepted.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So wine, spirits, ciders, seltzers, food, and some other fun activities,
Right.
trailers. There's going to be all kinds of stuff there. Music.
I mean,
all day of fun
And
from
precious
4 to 8
zoo
p.m.
animals.
And zoo animals,
And
absolutely.
zoo animals, yeah.
Charles Paddock Zoo is probably one of the best zoos in the United States. Out of thousands of different zoos, you have an accredited zoo
Yeah.
that
Right.
has to meet certain standards and different levels. So it's not just a bunch of animals in cages. It's
Yeah.
they have
and
to
not
meet a
only
certain
are we just going into the zoo, but we help support the zoo.
right
Yes.
proceeds from this.
Proceeds
goes to the
from
zoo.
this benefit the zoo, and if you walk through, you'll see plaques like on the lemur cage that says donated by the wine festival. So I mean, we've helped the zoo from day one. That's how it started.
Very
In
awesome.
fact, I think the zoo helped give seed money when it first started
Oh, really?
to get.
Well, the zoo is another fun story of how that came about too, with
Right.
the old Charles Paddock, which started it, which was anyways. That's a whole different.
That's a
Yeah.
whole.
That's a
other
whole
s-
different show, but
That's
that was an
right.
interesting one too.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I look forward to learning about that and watching that show.
yeah. Well, ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We
Thank you,
appreciate
Randy.
you guys. We appreciate you allowing us to be involved with you guys and helping to spread the word and bringing the awareness. And hopefully we can reach that 1,200 mark. Is that the cap? Are
I
you
think that's
capped
the
at
cap.
1,200?
I think we're capped at
Yeah.
12.
So you're at 900 plus right now. So
Yeah.
We're close.
I mean,
We're
we're
getting close.
We're in the probably the higher end of ticket sales
Yeah.
right now.
right.
So the
if
next
you're
couple days.
interested,
Yeah,
I would
buy
get them
today. Buy them today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it could sell out.
Yep.
now. Yeah.
Could sell out.
Yeah.
All right, ladies,
Awesome.
thanks for coming in.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for
Randy.
having us.
Well, there you have it, guys. Hey, make sure you guys get over to our What's Up North County Facebook page and Instagram. We are giving away a pair of tickets to WineFest Friday morning on the Morning Brew. So, guys, do it, like it, love it, share it, invite people, so that way you can be a part of this great event this Saturday, June 22nd, from 4 to 8 p.m. in the Atascadero Lake Park. It's its 27th annual. You don't want to miss it. It says 50 tastings, but it's well past 50 tastings. But guys, we can't do this without you and our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalar Wines, Wine Travelers Hideaway, Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, Santo Brother Plumbing, North County Junk Removal, Hanson Enterprises, Story Termite and Pest Control, Borhone Auto Center, Kennedy Club Fitness, Airflow Filter Services, Suprema Meat Market in Atascadero, Ron Mullins over there at Remax, and MGP Coatings, guys. Thanks again. We'll see you at WineFest.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Hi, it's Alex with Suprema Meat Market. We are a Mexican meat market with a taqueria. Come enjoy our high-quality cuts and meats. We offer choice and prime Harris Ranch beef, as well as chicken, seafood, and pork items. In the taqueria, all of our tacos come with handmade tortillas. We also offer specialty items like chilaquiles and chile rellenos. Come enjoy Taco Tuesday with Suprema. We offer our tacos at $1.99 each. Suprema Meat Market is located at 8950 Montecito Avenue in Atascadero.
Are you tired of looking at that worn-out concrete garage floor, patio, or porch? Look no further than MGP Coatings, where customer service reigns supreme. Our team goes above and beyond to ensure your satisfaction every step of the way. Before we even start coating, we meticulously repair your concrete, ensuring a flawless finish that lasts. And here's the best part. Our Pentec coatings are 4 times stronger than epoxy, so they won't chip or peel, making maintenance a breeze. Plus, they come with a limited lifetime warranty. Call us today at 805-952-5301 or check out our Facebook and Instagram and experience the MGP coating difference. Don't wait. Transform your garage, patio, porch, or driveway and become a part of the MGP coating family.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Hi, this is Omid
and Deanna
at North County Junk Removal. We are a business known for helping our neighbors and our community.
Let us help you save money and get rid of any unwanted items.
And rest assured that our professional team adheres to global standards of safety and recycling. We are fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind.
We are locally owned and operated, and we look forward to helping you with all your junk removal needs.
Please call us at 805-769-6966.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.
What's up, North County? Nate Santos here, owner of Santos Bros Plumbing. You might recognize me with my dancing horses at local events such as Atascadero Tamale Festival, Templeton 4th of July, and Paso Pioneer Day. I am now available for all your home plumbing service and repair needs, from minor drips and drops to emergency leaks and clogs. For the best plumbing service, call Santos Bros Plumbing, pipe wranglers to the rescue.
Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations: Paso Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.